whether this disk drive works or not, I'm still going to post the video, so. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we got a blast from the past because I drug this old Gateway 2000 out of storage, and hopefully after this video and 3 years I can fully say that this machine will be fully restored. Maybe, I actually don't know. We'll have to see when the video ends, so let's get to it. So for a little bit of context here, for those of you who are both old subscribers and new subscribers, as a refresher or as a, just to let you know what's going on, this is actually the first computer I ever restored on the channel. It's something I picked up from a family friend, and it luckily just needed a wipe down, and the dust blown out, which, yes, somehow I dragged that out across 3 videos. This thing actually cleaned up really well. The dust cleaned up really well. Luckily the hard drive still works, so I was able to reinstall Windows 95 and install a few games, except for one major problem. The CD-ROM drive is still acting up. It just keeps opening and closing, and it won't stop. So there's something electronically wrong with that CD drive, so I'm going to have to see if I can source a different one, or just install a whole different one into the expansion cover and hope it works from there. The factory CD drive would randomly open and close by itself. Even with the IDE cable unhooked and just Molex power connected to it, would just randomly open and close. So I actually resorted to going to my parts shelf and dragging out some generic CD-ROM drive just to pop in this thing just so I can install Windows and a couple of games. And this has worked just fine for the past few years. I've had zero problem with it. But it's always bugged me that I could never get this thing back to factory. And yes, I know that's what the point of these bay drives are here, but it's one of those things that, since this is the first computer I've ever restored, I kind of want to have this thing back to factory. So I actually started trying to track down this CD-ROM drive. Now, because it's not proprietary, technically, it's just a generic CD-ROM drive, but the tray is a little bit special. It's got a little clip on it that front case here snaps onto. Now, I actually have tracked down a couple on eBay, but they're either untested or they're pretty pricey for these models. I'll put the model up here. Now, I don't know if they're pricey anymore because, well, I haven't really tried to search anymore because I kind of crossed this one off as me ever getting this video done. Because, well, if I can ever find the CD-ROM drive for any reasonable cost or that worked, there was no point in me doing this update video. Until I found another one of these gateways. So let's take a look at this one. So yes, this is a Gateway G6 300. Now Gateway, it's a little bit newer model than this one. In fact, this is a Pentium 2 based machine. This is a just Pentium based machine. In fact, I believe this is a Pentium MMX, if I remember correctly. Actually, I'm stupid. It says MMX right there. But anyway, this one's a little bit newer because it's a Pentium 2 and it's clocked at 300 megahertz. And they use the exact same chassis design. I actually found this on the side of the road while I was driving home one day, so I have no idea if it works. I don't care if it works, because the only thing I care about is getting this CD drive out of the top of this. Now, it is missing its front bezel, but that doesn't matter to me because that front bezel is there. So ideally, I can pop this CD drive out, pop that bezel off, pop it on this drive, slide this drive in there, and it should just work. So let's tear this machine apart and get it out. And we'll also see what kind of parts are in here, because we've also got a tape drive of some kind and a DVD-ROM drive of some kind, it looks like. So let's just take a look. Okay, sorry for the lighting because these just quit working for whatever reason again. But hey, that's okay. Yeah, let's just remove the screws here and see what happens. Okay, so there was one on one side, on this side, and one on this side with no other screws. So somebody's been in here a few times. And this thing's actually pretty rusted, so I don't know what shape this thing's going to be on the inside. And their overbuilt frickin' tank of a case here. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about keeping this thing intact, because I care more about the CD drive than anything. So pop that out. Even though it's been 3 years since I did this is a massive case of deja vu here. Oh no. That is nasty and disgusting. I'll have to blow the dust out of that before I try it, but let's just see what parts are in here. And like I said, I'm not going to restore this. In fact, I'm not going to keep any, I don't think any major parts out of it, except for, well, obviously the CD-ROM. You know, a lot of the stuff in here has me kind of curious. We have a Quantum Fireball SE, which is, you know, it doesn't say how big it is. It says 6.4 AT, so maybe it's a 6.4 gigabyte drive. I'll have to plug it in and see. And the good thing is, if all else fails, I do get some possibly needed parts out of this, like this audio cable here. These are always useful. And for a sound card, we have an Ensoniq from '97, the Audio PCI 3000. Really common, highly compatible card, from what I can tell, and dusty as crap. For a video card, ooh, this side's actually stupidly clean. This side's not, but this side's stupidly clean. And if I remember correctly, I believe that's a Riva 128. Now the reason why I'm saying that is because, for those of you who also remember my Windows 95 gaming PC that I built, I accidentally just basically reshelled one of these. I didn't even realize it because I got parts from the scrapyard off and on, and I had enough parts put together, and it turns out, well, it was a Gateway motherboard. It was a 233 MHz Pentium 2 with the Riva 128, and an Ensoniq audio card. So yeah, basically I just reshelled the 233 MHz version of this board. All right, we have a generic telepath modem card, which probably not going to be all that useful considering it's a modem card, and I have not yet found, I have a lot of these, not Gateway specific, but a lot of these modem cards, I haven't really found a use for them yet. I think it'd be kind of neat to like network some of these computers together. Like my 46, maybe my Windows 95 or Windows 98 one, just kind of network them together, but I don't know how I would do that. So the power supply's got a weird shroud on it that I don't know how it pops off. So I'm probably not going to. Just going to take it all off in one hit. Gateway and your hidden frickin' screws. Okay, so we have a PowerTech 200 watt ATX-ish power supply. So it had this weird secondary connector on it. It looks like a fan connector, but would it really be controlling that fan? I mean, it might, I guess. Okay. Oh. And of course, Gateway's love of Torx screws to hold the CPU down. Actually, no, that wasn't Gateway. Who'd like to use Torx? Compact like Torx, which is going to make restoring the compact portable 2s and the compact portable 1 that I have really fun to try and restore. All right. Gateway also like to use these little plastic retainers, but yeah, we have a 300 megahertz Pentium 2. I actually have a couple of these. I might find a use for. In fact, I have a real neat use for these if this one works. I have a dual slot 1 tie-in like server board. That'd be really cool to use 2 CPUs with. I don't know if there's any operating system that I can get to use with that, but hey. For RAM, I guess I'm just doing this because I'm curious. We're fully loaded. We got a 128 meg stick from Crucial. That's an early Crucial too. It's actually kind of neat when you see these current companies with their old stuff. Ooh, that's PC66. And then these two are double-sided, but they're unmarked, really. These two are intriguing because I've never seen PC-based RAM that look like that with double-sided chips. So I'm going to Google these part numbers later and see what they are. Oh, that's cool. I'll show that here in a second. But we have a burn-proof, it's a CD writable from Universal Bus Link. I have never heard of this before. Model number LTR12101B. Does anyone have any information on that company? Because I've never heard of them before. Okay, we have some sort of tape backup drive. It's a Seagate model with a lot of model numbers on it. This is the STT28000A. Yeah, it's a tape drive. Cool. I don't have any tapes that would work for this, so basically useless. But it does have this 5 1/4 to 3 1/2 bay adapter, so I could use this for something. Yeah, this is what I wanted. See, I'm going to take this to work and takes work and blow the dust out of it, and hopefully it works. Okay, now it's time to open this one up. So yeah, this one just had the built-in video, built-in audio with an ATI chip. How much RAM was in here? I actually don't remember. I think it was like 16 or 32 meg. We have the cache RAM stick here. We have a voltage regulator there. Fan without the shroud, and it's a smaller 145 watt one. So yeah, we're going to get this optical drive out, pop that other one in, and fingers crossed. Now that I got it cleaned out, let's go check it. And yeah, the thing is, whether this disk drive works or not, I'm still going to post the video, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, so we got the defective drive out, the good drive in. I'm going to screw it together, swap the IDE cable from this generic replacement, and then I'm just going to plug it in and see what happens. All right, let's plug this thing into power and a monitor, and I want to see that disk drive working. Okay, so got my keyboard, monitor, computer. Let's plug it in and see what happens. Well, that's already better because it's not opening and closing by itself. And it's booting. Hey, it did. Toshiba CD-ROM drive. It detected it. Sweet. Okay, never mind. I had to plug in a mouse or it was going to freak out, and I want to make sure it works by trying again. I'm just going to see if it reads this. I'm not going to install it, but yeah. Okay, so it's not opening and closing by itself, which is good. That means it's not going to act weird. Okay, well, moment of truth now. Well, that didn't work very well. It's a little noisy, but damn it. Okay, it's a little noisy and this thing falls off, but hey. Might have to just glue it on or something. It's reading though, I think. It is. Please? Do I gotta actually make it auto run? Can't see what I'm doing. Okay, I did read it as Tomb E. Oh, we have a Daikatana demo? Oh, yeah, it does. So, what happens if I do this? Okay, so yeah, it is reading the disc. Frickin' awesome. Oh, that makes me so happy. So yeah, the CD-ROM drive is working almost fine. It does make some noise when opening it up, and this will not stay on the tray. So I might, what I might do, since they're the same part number, I might tear this one back apart and this one back apart in the future. Actually, I might do that behind the scenes, actually, now that I think about it. And see if I can swap trays, that way this will stay on there. But yeah, otherwise, this thing is 100% done. I'm happy, I'm thrilled that it's done. It's staying closed by itself. It opens like it's supposed to. It read a disc. Yeah, I didn't install Tomb Raider in this machine. I want to install this, do a little bit different one. Because I do have a plan involving Tomb Raider for a future build, involving a certain video card that Tomb Raider likes to use. But yeah, with that being said, I really hope you all enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you have any comments or questions about this thing. And with that being said, thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.